the otua sika no ono na nwom ne ye ne dia Kwesi Attu to ground up enwom adwuma no atene ni so nti o release ya no ade ato platform bizumu atuatua kakra no wanya kakra no but oh yeah adwuma say dey mabi. Gentlemen, welcome to Street is Watching. This of course is my editorial and it's probably brought to you by www. Ground up Charlie. Who's no more sound be able to pop ground up Charlie. We're looking at the issues that are within ground up. Now, it caught our attention because yesterday on social media, on Twitter or X to be precise, Twitch, one of the artists or Juma will ground up echo on a rant. Now, rant now started calling. Let me read a couple of them to you, and was it caught most of us off guard. We know say issues were, but for Twitch to also jump into the conversation, it caught some of us off guard. Now, first one was ground up, Charlie. You the fuck up. We know the talk will mean say we fool. I'm big on respect, and if you don't respect me, I don't respect you. Glenn, if we meet anywhere, it go be giddy giddy for there. Terry, I be you today here. Screenshot show am. I just say Jack, hit bem. Now, Twitch goes on another one saying, all the old songs you still they listen, the money all the go to Glenn for ground up. Bomb the new shit and stop asking where the fuck I am. So a man Fubusan said Twitch na lie, Ben, because he's been off the scene for a minute. And, you know, I decided to do a lot of background consultation and also dig into the issue a little bit. Now, this is what I've gathered so far. The late trigger, the who says here, you know, on social media between artists of ground up and Glenn, who is the, you know, the bankroller or the executive producer of the movement. Late trigger, and I said the man as Sparky says here, based on the claims are ground up early on the old songs on record ground up studios. That is the late trigger. But the initial trigger, I started, you know, a couple of, I think last year thereabout. The initial trigger, and no na way. First and foremost, it was about some of the shady contracts that, you know, na ekosu were doing anymore. Most of the artists, in fact, it started from Kwesi Attu, and he was the first artist to, you know, who's like Kwesi got exposed quite early. I mean, from the days or drop away, grind day out, status or banging, you know, he got a lot of international friends and all that. So he started asking around how they move. How movement and it's saying label no dealing. And then he got to understand, say, Charlie, how our label no dealing is quite different from this terrain. And the contract na ankasa no or the chirenkofo bi ba ku mienu and they realized that Charlie was a very, very shady contract. So, I mean, metimi aka to a certain level, but mean ko boundaries be. But me the man say na contract is shady because percentage bi near the idea na wom no. Professionally, that is not how it's done. I'll leave it that way. Now, fast forward, there were also other things that triggered Kwesi. The entire moon Kwesi Attu on ground up no na me breaking it down. And no eba be affected the NYC it was social media. Now Kwesi at a point in time ni streams kra no esika no na onhu because omu chirema Glenn, who is the money maker or the executive, na chama tia blog no so kakra. Na tia blog no so no. Deservedly it was so because let me take you back a little bit. When an artist signs to a record label, of course, streams now comes through the record label. And therefore, disbursement of funds, the type of contract that you have with the label. Place a little bit shady. If the money is supposed to be released every quarter ni drew and yes, I was me ba hobi bisa and san iskanaba. But in the case of Kwesi Attu, it me bro so. He had to make, you know, approach like also call no kubisa and son ebia so enemy kwako check area and said the biaba into any free so. And you know, this is the hot seasons time or a hot or boy a lot of shows, maybe getting a few endorsements here and there, you know, making some cool money. But then supposedly, or I mean realistically, you're supposed to get that because and also kind of streams of income home. But anyway, it's also part of it. But somebody will ask me, who is Glenn? Glenn is the money maker or the bankroller, the executive producer as people know it in the music circles. Ono na nisika yede share ground up ono and a T studio no. So he founded the studio with the help of Big Homie Flea. So Big Homie Flea so beba picture him. Big Homie Flea, Glenn no a UK boy. Oba Ghana ska won ho oba Ghana no the poppy do ho. Sa no person much do ho. And no one electrical company be almost so almost supply electricals and the idea. Yeah, business. He's a business guy. But then Big Homie Flea, me eton drip, what you say, or drip lie. And a Big Homie Flea in him terrain. So Big Homie Flea and a boy and almost set up studio and all the boys in the bem. Kwesi came into the picture through that. So it was through Kwesi. I know I recorded Kwesi that. And I introduced Kwesi to ground up, Kwesi to ground up. That is how the link started. But fast forward, you know, things have started. Kwesi discovered some anomalies in the contract and any other Kwesi ball. So term no one year what now my term no year. Now when they are about to renew the contract, that was before Son of Jacob came out. Before Son of Jacob album ni eba out no. Now percentage na near a rough no crown say see swasate. Percentage na ano just say emre no say amount for artist twen the label din the labels so twen artist di. But initially Glenn set up ground up as a movement. It wasn't a record label. I mean to say Asaka Boys. Asaka Boys in your record label. We have independent artists on it. So this is how he was able to get all the artists to sign deals, you know, because you might wonder, Kwesi should be smart. This is how it started. Now relationship, now I could say, I quite to say, how do I put it? Like father and son, because anytime the boys needed some form of push, because he had a studio, the guy had a studio, he was recording them for free, wasn't charging them or ultimate fandi or mucha music videos. Boys ne person me promotion or more no mako promotion. So the boys felt at a point in time that look, and when I say the boys, I'm talking about Kwesi, who was the first person to be in there. Later on, Kofi Mole Monia the Ade Ebeke Kanhu. That is why you realize that when Kwesi blew up, Kwesi was virtually on the songs of everybody that came up from Kwame MP, Kofi Mole, and then later on Twitch. And Twitch is directly the artist of Kwesi. Now, remember some details in which now Kwesi is being funded by Glenn, who is the bankroller of the whole movement. Kwesi drew baby no who said no, unya Jack. At the end of baby, I drew no dear. Mama yan official now because said the old boys in the day, yan official. So that is where the contract thing came in. Contract and answer mobile muno. Atsu be our boao or no year as and yes or no year my boao because not expect to be and free. And I wouldn't air sign contract. I mean, in all fairness, let's just be real. Tendency and as a chances say obey our dreams or the lawyer and kasabebem dear and rebellion. And that's exactly the same way my brother Kwesi fell. He fell for it. Nti ehone man ko sign contract bi ase see your person or solve sa issue no mpo a arbitration no London. Baby what's it na kasam London. There is a contract back for one of the artists I chanced upon it. Na me share contract na ground up the artist in them you say hey we dey any akwan munji ni kidney nka ho. Munji kidney na abia one kidney one lung. Anu eden dodo. Anu eden. As much as we want to protect investors to the be amount to moboase kakra we dey insa dansa yem. Glenn insa dansa yem. Now this whole case has sparked up to a different level because some of the errors in there that I believe that the boys, you know, should have pay close attention. Number one, failure to involve a lawyer in omu dealings. Number two, because the lawyer is not involved, technically, ubuso be on copyright and copyright issues. The executive producer has the right to your masters. That is a fact. The otua sikano ono na nyom na yede eye ne dia. Me patro mi sisu ye. The otua sika no ono na nwom ne ye ne dia. That is why in the case of Obofour versus Manche versus Hammer versus Drake, yato Manche case na koto abonten no. Because if Obofour paid for the songs, every voice or every element on it belongs to him. He has the master's right, the master right to adieno. If Hammer paid for it, a Hammer dia. Se Manche when piana oko na akoye to so whatever form of payment that you had as at that time, chale ehono de mrano uni mrani ni hwe. Inti ato Manche case na to abonten any asa final 10,000 Ghana cedis. That's a subject for another case. We'll get to that. But anyway, some of the errors that were in there, I believe, also a over familiarization, over famzy on the streets, and can over famzy. Trese, nipana boawa, as say, say a true business. Now, some way proper business untiminen and deal ye. Emma in favor because time I know expected free no cry like all expected free wo cry na we invest no mauska. So imagine if Glenn was able to fund music videos worth 30,000, 40,000 or 50,000 for Kwesi even before onene beko contractor. So okaso onene ko contractor the odebe tu obiano. Morally you will be tempted to sign, and that is what happened in the case of Kwesi Arthur. Over familiarization harm. Studio no almost set up no case so ni dia anymore, like I said earlier on. But they were recording for other artists. They were recording for virtually, I mean, Kiddy recorded there, Walasima recorded or Hoston, but I think there were times that even before it became a record label, like Ghana became a record label, there were times that artists tweet me call Koyenyum, and it was for community purposes. Now, Tema Community 11, quite close to the Assemblies of God. That's where the studio was located. As it stands now, the CMNO say the studio nuni hobium. And me sure say in the next video because they say a time na ABT. In the next video, ABT me call into why so any other people who are supposed to be a part of the movement from day one and swatch. But what is happening to Twitch right now is, and I'll show you screenshots of it. You can also check it for yourself. Opa Kwesi Arthur, all the old Kwesi Arthur songs, all the old Kwamina MP songs that were done under your friend is saying Ground Up, all the Kofi Mole, any artist under Ground Up. Kwachakis is here. Written, it says there, and I'll show you one of them. Written by Ground Up, Charlie. This is it. Superman by Twitch. The song was written by Ground Up. Yes. Glenn War writes ultimately claims to it. But then, and I want to appeal to the conscience of Glenn and also tell the boys to also pipe down a little bit. Realistically, there's no two ways about it. But the boys need those catalog, those master copies. Said they be advance from new record label, and that is the fact. Sesi munya dwuma biem. But the nkoma ye gu ho no. O de release more. Na omonfam pe label fofo because when they are signing on to another label, they are now going in as a new artist. And labels would want to advance you more money based on your old catalog. That is how the system works. It is a mebana meba sign Kwesi Arthur na minim say or Son of Jacob or mixtapes bear 2 or 3 bi near de wo ho. Minim say anya se me mano $100,000 or 200 or even $500,000 when the new jam or the new project takes off, there's going to be rippling effect on the old project. People are also going to check him out. So if I'm able to open Kwesi to a new territory, I get Kwesi or I get Twitch into a new territory, people would want to fuck with the old songs, and the old songs will get revenue and streams to support Sikebia Mediashim. That is all that the boys are asking for. But I think the relationship now is rocky based on, some of the things that happen. I mean, Kwesi, a typical example is people thought say Kwesi Obia or support to Black Sheriff Carrier when they had a feature and the feature was not coming on. And the main issue is the percentage involved. Na saa same way no me ntimi nko details be because me revealing here maybe I know a thing. It has no issue. I mean, Kwesi has no issue with Blacko. And I believe Blacko has no issue with Kwesi. But paperwork, you know. Team B, I finish physical pa jiskabia. I know a thing. I just want to, in this editorial, I just want to plead because there's little that we can talk about when it comes to this issue. There are issues of the court. And a court, and so boys need to me fan court because court na kasa baby. We see could be assembly London. It is a Kwame MP person or quite sure London. Kofi Mole person or cause of issue na chair London. So say system no more din show sumba stream no so akoye some way. Kwesi Arthur the only has here, and I can tell you reliably that chances of Kwesi Arthur coming to Ghana send animu idea mo forget it. Cause we started adwuma ho. Omo adwuma no atene ni so. Recent album or release a project or release and I mean he distributed it on I think a private platform and was charging money meboa asaka. No, he was charging different money for that meboa. Yeah, that's how it is. Into a release and on there are two platform business mo tuatua kakra no wanya kakra no but oh yeah adwuma as say dey mebiem Kwesi mebiem wajai ade no monfa o tronwom no nya kakra bia no de ato se mo ye 10 kra na mbekọ makutu eska ope. This is how disturbing the whole thing is. And I'm concerned about it because of the fact that, Charlie, we need some of these artists to be active in the business because they have experience. Apart from them being extra, talented, it's so good because Kwesi is undoubtedly one of my favorites. And I know so wow, Kwesi Arthur is also one of your favorites. I fuck with Twitch. I fuck with Mole. Mole and Kwame MP lately I've seen them say almost all grindy different and I appreciate them for that. I mean they've moved past it. But then for somebody like Kwesi Arthur, for somebody like Twitch, that am directly affected me. Charlie, I would like to appeal to Glenn. Stakeholders in penuphobia no. I mean, step into this one and let's try to make sure, say, Charlie, I do a bit myself. But Glenn, if you're watching this video, shout outs to you, big ups to you for investing in the business, investing in Ghana music. Baby, I believe you can do better. These people were once your friends. They were once your brothers. They were and say nothing spoil, my guy. I beg. Monso issue. And a peaceful editorial and I'm a DJ Slim Street. No.